Here we go. All ones. Hello, this is Ones, the editor and GM of this Traveller actual play, and due to technical difficulties, we were unable to record last episode, so I'm going to recap that for you real quick. The crew of the Yoramani Queen, who had just repelled a boarding party, jumped in a jump space. While there, they discovered they had a stowaway on board. When they tracked him down, they found that the Aslan jungle cat Fluffy had killed them in the cargo bay, and their computer system was acting funny as it said their jump was going to take them 3 weeks and take them to a system they did not plot coordinates to. Warning: this episode contains Ascii artwork that some may find disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Last time on Traveller. I need to start doing like a fake one, like last time on Traveller, Galacta shot Dr. Yang by accident when he's cleaning his gun, and now a space ambulance is on the way.
Good God damn it, no. Nevertheless, if I recall, he was watching CSI Miami and is going through some sort of withdrawal because he somehow either lost or deleted the next season.
Yeah.
But there's more than that, because wasn't there something that the computer says we're going to be arriving at a different planet a week later than what we should be arriving?
Yep.
I do recall that as well. And we discovered this in jump space, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, theoretically, what would one roll to potentially understand the situation?
Let's finish up a recap before we start going into doing that.
Well, if I remember, Fluffy cornered some bastard that boarded time before last before making a mess and blocked his room. I think Galacta was showering after we told him, "Good gods, what are you doing? Go and bathe."
Oh yeah, he was like power. What's it called when you binge watching everything?
Yeah, he was marathoning the entirety of CSI or some crap like that, aspiring to become the best Florida man he can.
Now, you and I both know he has no shot of competing with Zug for that title.
Yeah.
Which one were you watching?
CSI, Shawarma Cat SWAT Team.
I watched that one.
That would be simultaneously hilarious and horrible in the same setting, just because the SWAT team would have to do that at the end of every sentence or some crap like that, and they'd be doing like fire team bullshit.
That's where I'll turn on my eyes and stop that.
Something, goodness.
Okay, so where are you guys starting out the session? Like, where in the ship are you? You're currently in jump space. You're the computer says you're jumping to a different world, and it's going to take an extra week to get there. There's a missing season of CSI.
And the guy that broke onto the computer at the airlock, we haven't seen this computer that he used to get into our ship.
The guy that spacewalked from his ship to ours to get cornered by Fluffy later.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we're probably going to need to take a look at that to see what the fuck is going on, because this can be very, very fucky-wucky in a hurry. Because we're not supposed to be traveling that long. We're going to be far past... I'm not sure how fuel depletion works in this
possibility this is a Buddha Joe prank.
What, the file deletion or the dudes attacking us?
Maybe the file deletion, but I wouldn't expect that he would screw around with the engines to try to buggerize us. That's dangerous in a hurry.
That's accurate.
I'm surprised they didn't just put a bunch of copies of like Rick Astley in the place of that season of CSI for you.
Now that would have been classic.
Yes. Nevertheless, oh boy.
My only concern about focusing on Buddha Joe is that then we're opening up a container that we can't scan into.
Well, the other thing to bear in mind...
that might be causing trouble, rather than trying to find something that we don't know where it is. And maybe start with that one to find that computer and rule that out before we open up Pandora's box.
Yeah, that does track. But otherwise,
And then-
the other problem is this could be a failed jump. Or, well, we wouldn't know. I'm not sure that we'd know that in character, though. That's the why I'm trying to see what we should roll to.
In character, we know that fucking nobody spends 2 weeks in jump space.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how far you're jumping. It doesn't matter how fast you go or what your jump drive is. It takes a week to jump. Period. It's gospel. So that tells me that the computer saying we're going to be in jump space for 2 weeks is a computer error. Now, whether that computer error also fucked up our jump, I don't fucking know.
All right, I'm back.
It certainly has me worried that it might have.
And then my other question is, if we cannot scan and look into that container, how is there a signal coming out of that container affecting our computer?
That's a good question.
What container are you talking about?
The one from Buddha Joe that he said not to open, which makes me instantly suspicious.
You guys can scan it.
We tried scanning. You said we can't tell. We can't see anything in there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember. Yeah, because you guys put all that stuff on there. I shouldn't have told you that as a GM. Sorry. I was thinking out loud. Sorry. Remember you guys...
Oh, so we can't scan into it because of our own fielding.
I forgot. I shouldn't have told you that. But yeah, you guys shielded all the cargo with radioactive dust.
We did indeed do that.
That will create a bit of a kerfuffle.
Can we clear the dust off of that container to rescan it? Since we're in jump space, we could always put it back on.
Yeah, I shouldn't have told you that. I actually didn't mean to tell you that, but okay, I'll let you have that. All right, yeah, yeah. If you guys want to clean off the box, yeah, you guys can scan it. All right. So what's your plan, guys? Or you guys want to wait and see Buzz get back?
I think we want to wait until we've got
the computer guy.
At least one more person to come back.
Yeah, we got.
Lockja's currently on an enforced regiment of detox because he's binged way too much TV, and he's going to need some very heavy-duty chemical reallocation. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Buzz could whip you up some kind of medical cocktail to keep you awake and fresh.
Well, he'll have to be here for that.
Yeah.
I myself do not.
We'll say that Buzz had a emergency call for the refresher. That's the bathroom.
Well, let's see. If we're concerned that there might still be some sort of a terminal attached to our side airlock from the guy that broke in, that seems easy enough to check. The idea of doing a spacewalk in jump space is low-key terrifying, but
can we do that?
I don't know what happens. I'm going to assume you're... Because it's a jump bubble around you, so as long as you don't break the jump bubble, I think...
Yeah, if you stay tethered, that should be fine.
You might die, or you might transcend mortal form and become a new god. Or something horrific might happen to you.
Or you might come back with alien DNA. You don't know. Anything can happen.
Oh, we're already aliens to somebody else.
As long as you don't break the jump bubble. And if you break the jump bubble, it causes a missed jump. Which
don't break bubbles.
Which could...
Well, we might already be in the middle of a missed jump. We don't know.
You need to have astrogation.
I have a whopping astrogation of 0.
Hey, it's better than nothing.
I have it wafered. Can you tell when you're in jump space where you're going? I always thought you'd just...
No, I think you would have enough idea to be able to look at the computer, see what's going on with astrogation.
Right, but we're not trusting the computer because the computer says we're in the middle of a 2-week jump to somewhere we've never been.
Yeah. So give me an astrogation check to see if you want to try to find out if this is truthful or not.
Sure.
Yeah, you don't have to. I'm just giving it as...
No, I'm happy to. I'm just kind of wondering how we would ever... If we're not trusting the computer in the first instance, how could we use the computer to figure out the computer's lying?
You're basically going to hand jam the math on it to make sure that double-check the computer's math. If you don't want to, you don't have to.
No, I 100% want to. This is education plus astrogation, right?
Yes. Yeah, nobody knows naturally how to navigate through space.
That'd be awesome character concept if someone did. I only have a 6. Except for the part about how we're in jump space for 2 weeks, which inherently doesn't add up.
Yes. So, checking the math, you're like, okay, the computer seems correct, but yeah, this doesn't seem right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you really rolled an 8, you might have figured out something else, but
I did not.
Yeah.
I'm having this moment of I'm pretty much that guy from Aliens going, "It's reading right, man. Look, well, you're not reading it right, dude. The map looks right. I don't know. I mean, it makes no fucking sense that we're in jump space for 2 weeks. That doesn't happen, but I can't find a mistake here.
You're lighting up, dog, but nothing's coming out.
Story of my life. Alrighty. Any volunteers to go crawl on the hull and see if we have an external computer hacking us?
Did we check maybe the inside of the ship first before we start going out on the jump bubble, just to make sure he didn't plug the computer in somewhere else?
I guess.
Okay, anybody have engineering? I mean, how are you going to
That's
go
probably
about...
Sume.
Yeah, we're a little short today. Actually, I think Buzz is the engineering guy. But he's...
Yep.
As you hear farting from the refresher, he's a little too busy right now.
Mm.
How do you go about searching the ship?
No.
That might be a good question to ask before I start making you roll dice.
Well, we know where the guy came in, and we know where the cat killed him. And we have video footage of him at least somewhere along that route. So we should be able to retrace his steps.
Okay, so you're searching the computer records?
You check the video to make sure that we don't see him going anywhere out of the path from that side airlock to was it Glocka's room he went into?
All right, give me a computer check.
Yeah, I don't have computer.
Anybody have computers? You can't just be like, hey, when do you like to do this? Because, you talk like that. Sorry.
I have electronic 0, so that should be something, right?
Yeah, that would be computer 0, because computers are under electronics.
Okay.
I rolled actually really well for my -2 of computer, but that still got me only a 7.
Okay, you're like, where's the video file on this ship?
Video files, aren't those the JPEGs?
I rolled an 8 on my computer check, and I said, I think the files you're looking at are Ascii porn, and I don't think you want to look at those.
What the fuck is...
I definitely do.
What's Commissioner Barry doing on that?
For scientific purposes, I do want to know what that's about, but for ethical reasons, I don't.
Well, Ascii's the... you remember War Fortress before they put graphics on it? That was Ascii. So Ascii porn, and it's just saying Ascii porn is kind of funny.
Hey, it was the thing back in the day.
Fair enough. That was the custom of the time.
All right. So when you're regoing the video, you see that the boarder messed with one of the air ducts inside the airlock before he got on the ship. Before he came into the ship.
I think we should check that.
Okay, as you guys look into the go into the airlock, it cycles, and you pull off the panel. You see way down in there a little red blinking light that shouldn't be there.
Aha!
This is where I'm thinking we want somebody with real computer skill so that we don't break things further by unhooking it.
What do you take us for?
Engineer.
Sensible and professional individuals?
That's why I thought I'd say something.
What about mechanic skill? Do anybody have the mechanic skill?
I do have mechanic.
I'd take that.
All right.
I'd buy that for $1.
All right.
All right. Int plus mechanic?
Yeah, intelligence or education.
I'll go with
I wouldn't even
intelligence.
include dexterity. Remember, you're supposed to justify the dice roll, not me.
Yeah. Well,
I know. It's reverse.
the right way to detach something feels like more intelligence than anything else. And I still can't roll above
dexterity, too.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah.
It still gets me a 7, so...
All right, as you go up, there's a small little computer about the size of a hand. It has a red blinking light on it. and you start looking at all the cables, and you realize you don't know what you're doing here. That it's definitely
but we don't. What I don't know is what's going to happen if I just unplug it.
yes.
For all I know, it will explode.
Yes. Do you have a demolition skill?
I do not.
Okay. Yes.
Hey, somebody else want to look at this?
I'm going to take a look at it with my limited computer skill and see if I can tell what's going to happen if I try to unhook it.
Okay.
Or if I know before I unhook it, I want to make sure that I know what's going to happen before I unhook it.
Okay. Roll your computer check. As Lisbeth gets out of the air duct, you crawl up in there. That's a bit of a tight fit for you, but you're able to kind of crawl in there far enough with your legs hanging out.
She said.
I got an 8.
Okay. You realize that this is an external computer that's connected to your system, and it's doing something. So if you unplug it without finding without finding this computer on your actual mainframe where it's located, and disconnect it from inside the computer system, it might you might not get back your information onto your computer that it's taking. So basically, it's started stealing information off your computer and changing files right now.
They're replacing all of our pornography with bad Simpsons episodes.
We'll make it smart.
All your porn now is Ascii porn.
No.
Porn is objectively terrible.
What is all the? Why is it all typed out? Is that a cock? What the fuck?
Having to use my imagination for this, and that's not what I use porn for.
All right, that just coming up with ASCII porn is fucking hilarious. Good job there, Lee. That's
100% a thing.
Is it actually real? Wait, it's real?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it probably is.
Oh my god!
Come on, it's the internet, dude.
I'm gonna ruin my search history here for the.
Don't judge me, Google. I will look up worse, so help me.
When you had dial-up modems, it just took too long to download pictures, so...
I mean, you're definitely going to get Dwarf Fortress porn. And...
No, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Man, it would actually take some skill to make. Wow.
Yeah.
Just the fact that it exists. I didn't want to see that one.
All right, stick it in shit posting.
Oh man,
come on!
I don't want to. It's pretty bad. All right, it's going. People that aren't in this game are going to be like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, that's great. Fucking goatee.
All right, I'm removing it.
There is a god, and the god is whatever made that.
Some of it's downright impressive.
I'm going to have to edit that out. Okay, so yeah,
so we need to actually scrub this off the mainframe.
Yeah. So yeah, and you're not sure if you unplug it if it'll do anything, but it might. If you do, it might still be in your system.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah,
we know that we are furious because they replaced all of our high quality pornography with that.
It's like a tick. If you just pull it off, the head's gonna still be there, and it'll get infected, and it'll be bad. But you have to like coat it in oil and make it
its butthole wide open at us, just like how snakes do.
Right. Yeah. Whatever you just said.
Right.
Yeah. Wide open.
Well, that's
butthole. That's
someone who knows more about computers than me.
Okay.
Well, can I try going onto our computer and see if I can find that on our system?
Yes, you can. You're gonna go through the hardware, or are they gonna go in and like check it through the software? I just want to know how you're gonna go about it.
I'm going to go about it through the software with the aspect of it's kind of like ejecting a drive from your system. You want to eject it before you take it out so you don't harm something in the system.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to lay down. Couldn't really explain it very well. Okay, give me a computer check or some kind of dice roll check.
I got an 8.
Hey, you actually find it. It's currently, the virus is currently located in the entertainment section of your ship. And,
That makes sense.
yeah, it's currently taking out or replacing all the porn on your ship's mainframe to ASCII porn.
See, now that I have to say smacks of a Buddha Joe thing, but
It definitely wasn't Buddha Joe. I already know.
yeah,
I know what his prank is, and yeah, this isn't it.
believe me, you have added nothing to my knowledge by telling me for sure that he did do a prank.
You know he did.
Yeah, never had a doubt. Jump space in the deep dark black with not enough fuel to get anywhere.
Yeah. I'm not
At least
really...
we collide with a stellar body. It's over, kind of fast.
Well, we'll never notice. Well, it's just done. Yeah.
It's like
Oh, we
imploding
could
in a
also-
submarine. It's over before your brain can actually process the sensation that it's starting.
Well, technically. Well, once we have Sume, then we can have him take a glance at it and see if we can grapple everything back under control.
Sume is AWOL right now, so I'm not sure if you guys actually want to continue playing or not. I'll leave that up to you.
I mean, we've got Buzz back, which means we reasonably can.
Potentially. I have computers of 1, but education of 3, so I'm not sure how far that can take us, honestly.
Yeah, that's pretty far.
That's... How do I put it? I'm not thinking merely in terms of raw values additional to the dice roll. I'm also considering odds of dice roll too.
Oh, yeah,
Well, I've had a computer of 0. I have a computer of 0, and we've gotten this far. So
Yeah, if you're waiting for somebody better at computers to show up, that's not going to happen.
Crap.
do you have engineering
Okay,
stuff?
so it's not like booby trapped or doing anything else funny, is it?
In terms of odd behavior, it's misreporting. It's either misreporting our jump path or correctly reporting the jump path that was mistakenly entered, but we're not sure which. And it's deleting media files. At present, we don't know what else it's doing. I, for one, am hesitant to assume that we have a complete inventory of what it's doing.
Well, bums.
But we do need to kind of eject it from our computer before we unplug it, so that we don't create more damage.
Or theoretically correct what it's done by using it if we understand it. Should I just roll computers to assess what the device is doing?
Sure. How are you? So you're going into the computer and seeing what it's up to?
This is just to explore what it is doing, not to interact with whatever is going on or try to fight with it. It's just sort of to watch what it's doing.
Okay. I need that computer roll.
On it.
And what'd you roll?
Yeah, I managed a 6.
Okay. Yeah, you can't see. The only thing you can see on there is it's altering files. Remember, there's teamwork test, but you got to call it beforehand.
Yeah, I don't think any teamwork test could have fixed that. Good gods.
You only needed two more pressure, or what do they call it? Yeah, you only needed 2 more to.
Yeah. What would be rolled to... Well, is this device plugged into the ship or what?
Yes.
Yes.
It's in what amounts to a Jeffries tube near where the guy came on the ship.
Okay, what would I roll to assess how it's connected and what it's doing? Not to mess with it, but to
Give me an
assess it.
engineering check.
Alrighty. Managed 11 that time.
11. As you go through, you notice it has mechanical tenderites or little mechanical appendages that are going out and connecting into whatever ports that it can. It's definitely accessing your computer system and kind of altering. It's altering files, and you think it might be stealing information off the computer too, from the access ports that are it's going into.
Oh, splendid. These bastards are also trying to round up data from us. Well, Glocked, it looks like all your weird searches are going to be somebody else's info, and now I have to digest that reality. Good gods, I don't even want to know what your search history is on this poor computer.
Nothing that weird. Come on.
You're watching
Just
You're watching CSI for a few days straight. You didn't even wash. gods.
So I wasn't looking at anything suspicious in that time.
Just CSI.
And Super Mario Brothers pornography, just to see what existed for that.
By the gods.
I'm a little curious about that myself.
The shit that I've seen proves there is no God. And that's not meant to be a positive statement.
I've gathered. Okay, who all has an understanding of computers, because we're going to have to try to wrangle everything straight, or we're going to run out of fuel or something, assuming that the readout is right.
I know that if the magic blue smoke escapes, then the computer stops working.
Well, Captain, you're not wrong. That's more often than not your data, or the chip's will to do the thing.
Look, technically correct is the best kind of correct.
Exactly.
Really?
Good future, Ron. Yeah.
So
You were technically
always
correct.
so
The best
applicable.
kind of correct.
All right, Arthur. We're gonna have to do something potentially deadly. Captain, we're gonna have to sort of disentangle this thing from our computer if we want to unfuck things.
Yes, that sounds correct.
Okay, I'm forewarning you, this thing, it is pretty deep in the computer. This isn't good. Arthur, how confident are you that we can grapple this bitch?
Not very, but I don't think we have a choice.
Well,
You're taking the lead with this, though. I'm just here to help you.
Yeah, may the universe be merciful. All right.
All right, what?
The aim is to disable the further interaction, or at least to assess how it's interacting with the computer very closely. Just all of us that can assess what's going on to watch this, so that we can sort of work out what we're doing to remove it, so that we're not immediately tearing out something that's sort of keeping the air on and all that.
If we do an assessment of this, and this is more for you ones, if we do an assessment of this, is it possible for us to do that to get a bonus for when we actually disconnect it, or is it going to be the same roll either way?
Sure. So what exactly are you doing? I didn't quite understand that. You're trying to what are you assessing?
We're assessing what this device is changing as far as the functions of the computer. Like, if we disconnect this thing, are we going to immediately lose power? Are we going to lose Atmo? Are we going to...
How are you guys going about assessing this?
Well, space computer logic is a bit fuzzy. In a contemporary sense, as far as assessing malware, I would optimally go after figuring what files do and do not belong, and whether if they're running where they belong, and doing what they're supposed to.
Also, maybe which systems, if this thing is plugging into more than one place, what is it actually accessing? Just trying to understand everything that it's accessing so we know where it's affected.
Or to have some sort of good judgment call of what to expect to go wrong once this thing
you're
is
checking your system, so that would be a computer check.
Right.
All right.
Hold on, did we try turning it off and turning it back on?
While your jump engine is currently on.
Yeah, we don't want to go.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, go from FTL to 0 like that. Space is very empty and rather dangerous for it. If we manage to get somewhere inhabited, then we stand some fighting chance of surviving. If we just drop out willy-nilly, then we're going to be in a lot of trouble.
I wonder if I should pull up the misjump table.
Okay, so how does the assist work again?
Give me a computer check. Computer plus education.
And I'm helping him, but he's taking the lead.
Yes. So you guys both roll that. What are you rolling to assist him?
Computers and education. I got a 9.
I got a 10.
Oh, nice.
Well done.
Well done. You notice that the computer, what it's doing in there is it's editing your files and giving false information to different systems. So it's when you guys read stuff, it's also downloading information from your computer, like where you've traveled, communication logs, and stuff like that. Basically leaving a virus that's alternating or changing all your all the information on there. Like you see, like one of them that says on your geography, your computer Earth's geography, it says that Japan is located in Antarctica.
Cliff
That's
is
very incorrect. Japan is located inside of Tokyo.
It's part of
Yeah,
it.
Cliff, knowing better, is going to be very. He's going to have that expression of, "Oh God, this is so stupid."
You mean Yang?
Yeah, you
What?
also, you
Ah,
also
yes.
know that it's changed the output of what your jump drive is actually doing. So it's
That's
giving,
a good sign.
yeah, it's giving false information of what's going on with the jump computer.
Does
It's
appear to
messing-
be. So
It's messing with our pornography
Yes,
and
it
with our engines. I'm upset.
Yes, it replaced all your pornography with ASCII pornography there, Doug.
all right. So we are clearly going off course, or are we not?
It doesn't look like we're off
If
course.
Let's say if it's just changing the output, it's just showing us something different than what's actually happening.
Correct.
So it's not affecting what the drive is doing.
Okay.
So we might want to try and disconnect it, eject it from the system before it does get to something where it can change what's happening.
Yeah. I recommend that we get into vac suits as well. Just
Seems like a good precaution.
yeah. If something does.
The computer tells you that the vac suits are located at the bar on the passenger deck.
That guy got off lucky.
That's
If he
good
wasn't-
information.
That guy got off lucky. If he wasn't dead, I would help you make sure he was very dead. All right, let's get in the vac suits. Let's make this swift.
Considering looking into resurrecting him just so we can kill him again.
No.
We have the technology. We can rebuild him so we can kill him again.
No, you don't. You don't have that technology.
No, Fluffy
But-
would be mad. And we also have to... we have other things to put our credits into that isn't garbage. All right, let's get into vac suits and pray that it doesn't get worse once we disconnect this thing. And we're going to have to assess what it has and hasn't modified and figure out what it was stealing from the computer, because our porn history and our travel history is, well, important, but also probably not even the surface of what it's been trying to scrape up,
I mean, it's the principle of the matter, really, isn't it?
I guess.
I don't like people messing with my stuff. Fucker destroyed some of my records.
Records are analog, so that couldn't affect them.
But
No, I mean,
whenever the guy put up the struggle, he broke some of the records.
Oh. So what are you guys doing?
Vac suit.
Okay.
Putting on vac suits.
All right. So you guys get in your vac suits and you're good to go. I'm not gonna make you roll this.
Oh, all right.
Getting into our hard pants.
All right. Looks like we're gonna have to give that computer bit a shot.
How'd you get a 16?
I think that was for the
Because
vac
I
suit.
rolled a 5 and a 6, apparently.
Because Yang Gang.
Oh, God damn it.
Been a while since I heard that. All right. So you guys getting vac suits? What's your next plan?
Pretty much. I would assume that, well, just to disconnect this son of a bitch from our computer so we stand some fighting chance of, well, keeping the ship under control.
Okay, give me an engineering check or a mechanic check, whichever one.
Aren't we doing this through the computer, like ejecting it from the computer first before we try and unhook it from the system?
I'm not really sure how this device would work, honestly. I would expect it would function somewhere in the neighborhood of like a rubber ducky, for instance, where it's ultimately scraping your browsers and other subscriptions to send your access credentials off to some bastard in China or something. But not really sure how this works. Space logic is a bit funny. But ultimately, yeah, I think we'd have to disconnect it, well, physically, firstly, and then
Then purge the computer.
So
we're going to have to do something about the computer. I don't know whether or not if this computer has a safe mode or some sort of agency, some sort of non-centralized, well, a centralized non-peripheral control that can just continue to fulfill the task until the fail-safe is cleared.
I don't understand that.
In short, a computer function that allows critical systems like
Life support.
engines, life support, you know, the stuff that keeps people alive and not, well, exposed to the
So,
hard vac running, while the rest of the computer, if it does fail, to keep
yeah, I'm
things
sure there's
running.
backups to keep that stuff going. If you want to, or are you trying to isolate those systems, or just make sure they don't shut down?
If it's viable, we might be able to get away with isolating this device, not necessarily disconnecting it outright, but ultimately isolating it into that one section.
Okay, give me a computer check.
All right.
We do that with what we had looked at with the system so far. With our computer check, we know
You're underwater.
whether we should. I'm sorry.
You're fighting the merfolk again, mate.
It sounds like the intro to Intergalactic by Beastie Boys. Intergalactic planetary, intergalactic.
Am I better now?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
All right.
You've treated your robotness.
Turn it off and turn it back on. So with all that we've looked at watching this thing so far in our computer, do we know whether it would be safer to kind of eject the system off of our computer first before we unplug it, or
That's what I would probably do, but if you guys want to go the other way, we can do that too. Eject the thing and try to wipe the system. It's up to you.
What I'm asking, have we figured out which would be safer as far as our systems are concerned, based off of what we've looked at so far?
From your roll earlier, you thought it would be safer to eject the thing from the system, then unplug it.
So,
Okay.
Doc, why don't we try that first before we
All right.
start messing any further?
Okay, what do I have to roll for the eject?
Give me a computer check as you try to isolate all the files that have been affected by the device, and kind of hitting like a CD or old CD-ROM eject, kind of getting all the programs kind of shut down. And
I'm helping him.
okay,
Guess I didn't need to. Hope I don't mess this up. Why didn't you?
Do not do.
oh
Okay.
nice, yeah. You guys start isolating files. You're finding. You guys are kind of side by side in the cockpit, like, oh, there's one. Oh, there's another file. And kind of get them isolated. And as you guys do that, you put them in the file for the it's called Hot Lips 3 Computer 2000 Computer 2000. And then you're able to hit the you basically got everything stuck in that Hot Lips file. So you should probably be pretty good at pull out the device now.
So, engineer check?
Yeah, give me an engineering check.
I can't help you on that one. You're on your own.
Still better than the hacking mini games in most video games I've played.
Okay, as you pull it out, you have it disconnected, and as you do, your files are still messed up, but nothing else is being changed. So you might have to, once you guys come out of jump space, or while you're in jump space, you might have to go back in and correct a whole bunch of messed up files. But sadly, the next season of CSI is gone forever until you can find another computer to hook up to.
Great, we're going to have to go to port and update our
Basically,
computer.
yeah. Basically, if you hook up to another computer, you could correct all those files back to the original data.
At least we're not having to try to fix the computer with a shit-tillion floppies. Yes, I've had to do that more than a few times. It is pain incarnate.
This is retro futurism. You might have to actually do that.
What, I'm going to need to
Retro futurism means you've just got a keyboard and mouse. You'll be fine.
They're like the actual old floppy disks, but they're like hard, like the second generation disks.
Are you talking
Somehow they made it so you can install Windows 11 off of it.
Okay, mate. Are you talking about 3.5-inch, 5 1/4, or 8-inch ones?
Oh, they're the size of the 8-inch, but they're the original 4 or I thought they were 3 across. But
3.5.
3.5.
Yeah, the 3.5-inch ones. They're
that hard plastic kind of floppy disk.
Yep, that's 3.5 ones.
Yeah, but
I've had to work with
size.
8 and 5 1/4 inch before. There's also 10-inch ones
Not very
that are
floppy,
pretty
those things.
terrible. It's because of their predecessors, but ultimately the same technology, just a higher density. Also,
They should have kept that going. They should have called USB drives floppy disks.
A floppy drive.
if you have a flash drive that's floppy, you have fucked up very thoroughly, and it's probably going to be my problem.
This is a pretty
Too much
cool retro
Jasky porn on it.
retro futurism van. Posting in shit posting. Looks like something to be at a Traveller.
That looks like a
Why would you drive a
manufacturing
van and
nightmare,
travel if you've got a spaceship?
like Planet Side.
Yeah, you can't just fly everywhere. And what is it, Star Wars?
Yeah, means of levitation are often very noisy and require a lot of energy. That's why that whole hover car thing pretty much begins and ends at helicopter.
Pretty much.
They've
That, and do you really want to make
difficulties.
hover cars? Hover cars should not become a thing because there's enough motherfuckers out there who don't know how to drive on a flat surface. We do not need to add a third dimension.
Oh, it's worse than that. If a tire goes out, you can pull over to the side of the road. If a rotor goes out, you're going to be pulling over straight into the ground.
Pull over to the other side of the sky.
So, no. Hover car, bad
They tried
idea.
that in Star
People
Wars.
can't even drive.
In Mandalorian, they tried pulling him over in space, which is just a ridiculous scene.
That is a fascinating bugger of a man, but I kind of suspect it'd be a bitch to manufacture.
Be pretty cool, though.
Oh, yeah. It'd be a really weird field of view, though.
Now, if you're right up front, you can really see everything. So I hate vehicles that are the driver's seat's ahead of the front wheels. I hate that.
I feel like you'd have to look like a homeless member of Starfleet to really pull that bus off.
Almost member of Starfleet. Okay, let's get back to the
Like, where?
Have any of the navigation displays corrected or changed appreciably?
Yes, they're starting to give out the proper information now. You're on course.
Okay, the universe.
Not all the encyclopedia information is the same yet. It's still been edited, but it's no longer altering your readouts.
Why do the bastards always mess with academic shit? I was reading some of that.
Oh yeah, you're. What were you reading up on?
Oh, he was probably reading some old Earth history.
Yeah, you seem to have Martian history now in your book.
The cure to Martian herpes.
Yeah, you have instead of Earth history, you have a history of the Napoleonic conquest of Mars.
Okay, I'm certain that this is all incorrect. What the fuck happened here?
I don't think that's actually a thing that existed.
Yeah, I was on the part where he was having trouble with Russia. So I must say that this is bullshit.
Yeah, in the new version, he's having trouble with the conquest of Olympus Mons.
What kind of weird fan fiction did this fucker put on our computer?
It reads like it was written by like an AI, though.
This is pain. Well, might as well look at what in the world this particular wanker was stealing from us, so we have some idea of what was going down.
And so we know to confiscate his kneecaps.
That guy has been tossed into the hard vac of space. He's not our problem anymore.
Well, then find his buddies and take their kneecaps away. Come on, work with me here.
The open market for kneecaps is actually very, very, it's very oversaturated, and you're not going to get the price that it's worth. Anyway.
Yeah, who said anything about selling them? I'm going to put them in a fucking jar.
What kind of weird knickknacks do you have, Glockta?
All right, you asked that question. You know the answer to it. Do you regret anything yet?
Okay, I remember the records. They were very fascinating. But that's as far as I go. Like, that's as much as necessary. I don't want to deal with whatever in the hell else you got in jars. Okay, as far as this hacking device, Gizmo, is it viable to, just assess it on its own and make sure that it isn't connected to anything else, like wirelessly?
Yeah, you could totally log into it, or you have a computer or some kind of something to access it with.
I have that one sensor kit that we rounded up whenever we were in the middle of some shenanigans.
Sensor kit?
To find that one, I think he was a Solomani party marine person, the hippo dude, whenever we were trying to find that beacon. I'm not sure it would have enough grunt. What in the world happened here? Me-flavored water?
What?
Check ship posting. It's under the cars.
Turn my attention away for one micro instant, and you get up to shit like this. What the fuck?
Exactly, mate.
Somehow this is somehow more upsetting than the Ascii art of the dude spreading his butthole open.
It is at least more concerning.
I won't say tasteful because the jury's still out on that, and it's going to remain out.
Well, this is where he legged it as soon as I saw this.
I guess it comes from Disenchantment. I never did watch that show. Okay, so yeah, if it's a scanner package, it's not gonna access the computer, you need a computer. So what was this?
The aim would be to access and assess what it's doing, like how it would be typically treated in the hands of the owner, essentially.
Okay, what are you using though? I didn't quite get that. I had something going on. I had to talk to somebody about work. Sorry. So it's a sensor package. So like it scans stuff.
I think that's all it can do. I'm not really sure what kind of.
Do you guys not have an external computer? That's not the ship's computer?
Not that I'm aware of.
Because I think the scanner would just scan things and like it's made of metal, plastic, gold. Yes, gold is metal. It is 5 feet away from you.
We may have to, use one of the ship computers to scan the device to see if it's doing any, wireless connection.
You guys did that before. It's not there wasn't anything wireless. You guys did that last session.
Okay, so it's only capable of wired connection.
Capable of doing it are two different things.
Is it capable of doing wireless things, though?
You're going to have to access the computer or start taking it apart. I guess you could use the scanner to do that.
Okay, what would I roll for scanning that device for wireless capabilities? I just have electronics 0, electronics computer at 1, engineer, explosive, astrogation, and the usual mechanic, medic stuff.
Okay, I'll take a electronic 0 because I think scanner or sensors are under electronics.
Alrighty. Would it be education, intellect?
Education, probably. You rolled what?
I got a 9.
9. Yeah, you on your scanning, you do realize there is it is capable of giving out a signal, but it's currently not.
What would I have to roll to disconnect this thing from its internal power?
That'd be an engineering check.
Yeah, I'm fairly confident this is going to be one of those. No, you're not allowed to talk to the outside world. I'm not dealing with your weird wireless bullshit. Managed an 8.
An 8. Okay, you're able to disconnect the power source. It has a little tiny computer battery in it.
All right, small hacking tool. You get to live in a junk drawer until I get bored.
You just drop it in a drawer and walk off.
Damn history ruiner. Now I have to read shit later. Yeah, pretty much. Whenever, like in a mechanics and or repair capacity, usually whenever you're working on like automotive or computers and the like, you just, this thing's broken, disassemble it, stick it in a junk drawer because it has enough of the right parts for some other dumb shenanigan.
All right, anything else you guys gonna do? Or should we call it here and reconvene next week?
Well, we are headed. Well, it appears that we're going the right direction. Any other things that we've assessed that the ship needs sorted?
Might want to give Glocta a shower.
Hold still, Glocta. You're going to pay one way or the other. You may be nose blind, but the rest of us are not. Are we just going to chase him throughout the ship with a scrub brush or some shit now?
Do I get to keep my skin? I like my skin.
I saw
an episode where the dude didn't have skin. He didn't seem happy about it.
Okay, we don't even know what to do about how much CSI you've watched. That's not how bathing works.
CSI, Traveller Division.
Oh, God damn it, no.
Well, best I can understand, he was on this ship when it blew up, and maybe that's how he got dead.
Yes, explosions are deadly. Now, get into the shower thing. Go and get rid of however many days of watching CSI off of you already.
Well, it looks like proceeds to put sunglasses in mouth on. And instead of the big triumphant, it's just kind of an agonized scream.
Is he brain damaged or something?
CSI Traveller got canceled very quickly.
Yeah, apparently.
I can't believe this is a thing now. CSI Traveller.
Oh, jeez.
It was not beloved of the moon.
No, it would really not. Captain, anything else you can think of that needs sorting?
What's the computer reporting for our current course?
Well, it looks like we're headed to York. Or at least according to the readout, it looks like it managed to clear that up at least. But it looks like the majority of our media, like whatever the hell that Glocta was watching. That looks like that's still buggered.
That's fixable.
The history stuff that I was reading earlier is completely off the wall. It looks like some weird fan fiction dreamt up by a drunk AI. Something about Napoleon attempting to invade Mars whenever I was reading just a bit ago that he was getting buggered by the Russians. But nevertheless, it looks like we're under some quantity of control at present, but we're going to have to keep a close eye on the quantity of time that we're in jump space.
I think they actually made history better, dude. Like,
Yeah, I'm kind of entertained by this movie.
They call Russians Reds, and Mars is the red planet. That makes more sense, actually.
Mars is very difficult to live on. Napoleon was getting...
I told Russia.
Last I was reading of Napoleon, he was having trouble with his buttons falling apart because it was too fucking cold.
I mean, that's what happens when you go across space to go fight the Mars Russians.
Oh, gods, whatever the hell was in that CSI show was bad for your brain, Glokta. He just about had guns, for pity's sake. But yeah, comparatively, Russia is far more inhabitable, which is quite the statement. Sadly, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of very weird AI-generated fanfics and such, as far as the majority of our and an inexplicable amount of strange characters that have been arranged into some sort of crude pornography.
I hate when pornography is crude. It seems so wasteful.
Yeah, it is kind of low effort, too. Yeah, I'm not really sure how we're going to run the next few days while the craft is like this. I've already reviewed the reports of what went down with our ship as things got shot up by the wankers. But yeah, that was about as useful as ever. Didn't notice the computer until now, which thankfully we did notice eventually, but damn.
Well, at least at the moment, I'm inclined to call this resolved. We still have, of course, the issue of we have a container from Buddha Joe that I just do not trust.
Well, to the height of my understanding of the scans, it would appear to be some sort of life that... out of character. I lost track of exactly what it was. It was some
two different life signs in the...
Didn't you say that one was there was some sort of a symbiotic life, one typically feeding on the other or some jazz like that?
Yeah.
Captain, as near as I can tell, it's strictly biological. It's two different species. One that feeds on the other. I don't recall exactly what it was called, but it doesn't appear to be anything that is immediately dangerous to us, nor, sapient or any of that. So we're not in for...
And he did tell you, he did warn you not to mess with the package after you hooked him up with that ship.
Yeah, the matter that he warned us not to mess with the package is probably more so telling of how dangerous it could be for us to mess with. We're probably going to want to clarify, to the for whom receives this stuff to be mindful of this container. But ultimately, I don't think it's any of our business as long as it doesn't, start causing havoc.
Which shouldn't be a problem as long as we don't open it.
In short, yes.
Which means that's not the prank, which means we still don't know what his prank was, because I refuse to believe he didn't prank us.
He may have been too busy. It's difficult to say.
But what if the creatures in there are a prank, like a tribble or something else that's going to infest our ship?
Then Fluffy will get fat with whatever it manages to kill, I guess, and the rest of whatever the hell happens will have to stomp to death. I don't know.
Big fat battle cat.
I suppose it's possible that he could be engaging in reverse psychology, and he might have told us not to open the box in the expectation that we, as a result, would open it.
That is entirely viable. Just to be contrarian to the matter of the potential reverse psychology, I'm inclined to not open it.
As am I.
Okay, I think we're done.
Yeah?
Probably.
Kind of a boring session. Sorry, guys. A lot of chaos happening here.
Shenanigans happened. It is what it is.
Prometheus, they say, brought God's fire down to man, and we've caught it, tamed it, trained it since our history began. Now we're going back to heaven just to look him in the eye, and there's a thunder across the land and a fire in the sky. Gagarin was the first back in 1961, when like Icarus undaunted he climbed to reach the sun. And he knew he might not make it, for it's never hard to die, but he lifted off the pad and wrote a fire in the sky. Yet a higher goal was calling, and we vowed to reach it soon, and we gave ourselves a decade to put fire on the moon. And Apollo told the world we can do it if we try, and there was one small step and a fire in the sky. Now 2 decades since Gagarin, 20 years to the day, we've a shuttle named Columbia to open up the way. Though they say she's just a truck, she's a truck that's aiming high. See her big jets burning, see her fire in the sky. Now the rest is up to us, there's a future to be won. We must turn our faces outward, we will do what must be done. For no cradle lasts forever, every bird must learn to fly. And we are going to the stars, see our fire in the sky. Yes, we're going to the stars, see our fire